Hello all, here it is December, and this is our 5th heat wave day in a row here in California. Fires are ripping in Southern California, down south in Los Angeles area. Here, no fires yet. We did have the severe winds yesterday. You can see all the down branches that there are here in the parks and all over the city from hard winds last night. And I have so much to talk about. I want to do a rant about the Orange Man, but I don't have time. I've got to get some environmental stuff out first. And then I've got a whole lot of videos, but I just don't have the time for some reason. Doesn't it always seem like these days there's just no time to do much? There's some other force, outside force, keeping you from doing what you want. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. So the warnings have gone out once again. This was yesterday's warnings. Today there's a whole batch of new warnings. Yesterday's warnings are about Antarctica. The extreme melting going on there in the glaciers, Antarctica continent. Now, in my last video, I talked about the amazing melting that's happening in Greenland. Oh boy, so hard to find a place to do a video now. It's just so crowded because it's so nice out. Everyone's come out. So, the warning is that there's anthropogenic, there we go, anthropogenic climate change disruptions happening at this very moment. Let's go into some of the detail. So it looks like that there's been a record surge in CO2 releases. Apparently the emissions are off the chart and have been for the last 12 years, going ever faster and faster, more and more releases year after year. They're saying because of all these new findings that the releases have been so high and are continuing to go so high that just the CO2 numbers alone will keep us from meeting targets that we tried to agree on, the 1.5C and the 2C, no warming past that. This scientific group says that it's impossible to even meet those targets and that we're going to fly past 3 degrees C very shortly on into 4 degrees C. Unbelievable, people. We're literally being put into an oven. So right now the CO2 levels that we're measuring day by day are higher than they've been in 800,000 years. This is interrupting the entire Arctic food web, which of course is the beginning of where oxygen is made, right? The stuff we breathe in. We're really screwing up the planet. The oxygen count, of course, is going down. Nobody's paying attention to any of that because it's going down so slowly. But the more oxygen making plants you take out of service, there's less oxygen being put in the air, including what's made in the ocean. The oceans are in apocalyptic meltdown, they're saying. They're saying that by 2100 we'll be well past 3C on into 4C. I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that. I think that's optimistic thinking, really. The sun is quickly going down. It's getting on 3:40 in the afternoon. It should be. The normal temperatures for this time of the year are in the 40s here in California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, not the 70s, and not at sundown in winter. 70s? So unfortunately there are many animals in the Arctic that are in trouble because of the heating. Those animals are the foxes, hood seals, walruses, and the Nor whale are all now on the endangered and are expected to be gone in not too distant future. That's really sad. And here in the US, not only are we having heat waves in the middle of winter, we're having increased floods in, let's say, in the state of Texas by 6-fold just in 1 year alone from the year before. They're increasing in heat waves, floods, and natural disasters like hurricanes are increasing at an ever faster rate and are becoming very powerful. And this summer saw the worst fire seasons the world has ever seen in California here in the US, Portugal in Europe, and in Russia and in parts of Russia. uncontrolled, out of control firestorms in each one of these places. This is kind of the first year we've seen firestorms. This is sort of the first time we've seen firestorms that vicious. I guess that's going to be kind of the norm. It's funny, up in Santa Rosa where all the houses burned, they can't seem to sell any of the land. Nobody wants to rebuild up there. Can you blame them? Maybe they'll just have to turn it into a park. Though the heat was so hot that the ground is sort of has a like a rock layer over it from things melting on it. So the ground itself is cracked and burnt, and the whole place is, well, you know what I mean. It's not very desirable property to go live where people were burned to death. All right, it's the sun as it's going down. Maybe I can get over there fast enough and take some time lapse, something. I'll try. But I saw more warnings out today when I got back from doing all the things I had to do. We're really in trouble, people. And the Orange Man, boy, he's certainly not making anything better. I'll try and get that video out pretty quickly here. So, I appreciate all the comments you guys have always left, and the ups and the downs and the new subscribers. And YouTube has stopped taking off my subscribers for about 2 weeks now, and they're actually starting to go up again. So if you feel like subscribing, go ahead. And if you like to get your subscriptions, you better check, because YouTube is taking a lot of my subscribers away, not only of my channel, but the ones that I put in to get the notifications. They've taken a lot of those away, so I've had to go resubscribe to many channels. As we see the meltdown of planet Earth every day becoming more and more prevalent, the deniers, you guys have nowhere to go. I appreciate it, and so until next time. You know, it's funny, somebody on my videos the other day told me that I was a lunatic because I had it all wrong. There's that we were going into glaciation here on the planet Earth, and he didn't know what I was talking about with all the heat. And all I can ask him is, how far down is your head? A mile?